Where I'm in space, there I am. G'day there. Welcome back to the race side. Welcome to the immediate discussion post-show, straight after feeling reaction talk about discussion show about Skeleton Crew, episode 8, the finale episode. I don't know what the episode was called actually, but the finale, the end of this show. The last episode we got, we are going to be jumping into just immediately. What do you think about this episode? I can't wait to hear your thoughts. I have many on this finale myself, so let's get straight into it. Let's check out who's in here in the live chat. We got Master DB in the house, Lightning Slugs back for more. Brian's here, Night Brian, and we've got Trent. We've got Thatcher and Nathan and Jason. Oh, so great to see so many fantastic names. Just finished the episode and really enjoyed it. Looking forward to Sith Talk. Me too, buddy. Tomorrow's gonna be great. It's gonna be very, very good. Hey, Joseph, how you doing? How you doing? What are the odds? But yeah, wow. What a finale. What a finale. I have so many thoughts. I mean, first of all, let me just open with, that was one of the most just high energy finales we've had for me in a long time. I think, each finale that we've had most recently, Acolyte, Mando 3, Ahsoka, they all sort of ended with some sort of battle between the main protagonist and main antagonist. But for me, this finale was like the most satisfying of those final of the season, head to head. I think this was like had great tension. Because we don't know these characters or anything about this storyline, we didn't know who was gonna survive or if anyone would die, which no one didn't. But we didn't know what was gonna happen, so it made the stakes and the intensity of it all so well. So those are my initial thoughts about it. I just think it was so exciting. I loved the intensity of it. It was just some of those shots as well, like when it would go quiet above the planet, when like KB broke out from the barrier. Some of the massive sweeping shots with the pirate giant ship coming through was fantastic. I loved it. I love this show. Super fun and off the line, but still so tense. Absolutely. Yeah. Thankfully, nobody died. That's true. I kind of forgot about the chance that someone could die. But I'm glad no one did. Loved it. Oh my gosh, Sag said underwhelmed. Dude, I'm saying the opposite. This was great for me. Thanura coming in saying it was a great finale, want to see more. Yeah, I really found the intensity just right on the sweet spot there. I loved it. I thought it was really great. It's a perfect kids adventure in this greater Star Wars galaxy. I do agree. Yes. So very Rebels-esque. There was actually one scene in particular that I was like, this feels like I'm watching Rebels right now. I got to go back and watch it, but I had that very thought in this episode. So yes, I agree. Let's check out what else is everyone saying. I love seeing the Rebel. Yeah, the Rebel ships were pretty cool. What do we got? With some B-wings there. We've got the X-wings. That was awesome. And the entry of the big Corvette, fantastic. That was really cool. That is really, really cool. I loved it. Parts were underwhelming, but only if they don't do a season 2. Well, technically with all the cannons going off, it's likely somebody died. Well, true. Yeah, well, oh well. Yeah, I don't know. I feel satisfied though. Like I don't think there was anything really unanswered from me. Like, you know what I mean? Like the supervisor, I debunked finally it is not Neil's dad, who I thought it was, but it's not. But I can't remember if someone else had this theory or did I mention this theory at some point that it's not gonna be someone at all. It's just gonna be like either no one or just like some sort of droid system that would be running it, which makes sense. So everything that happened in the supervisor's tower up there with Jod and Fern's mum and when like Wim's dad got there, like that was just every aspect of that to me was so cool. I loved it. Oh yeah, Tak Renard. I'm surprised that didn't come more into play with the story. That's a good point. I'm satisfied. I really thought it was Tak Renard himself as the supervisor. Yeah, that's true. And we got a little bit of that backstory that he was a Jedi. It's not a trick. It's not his glove. He was a trained Jedi for a short period of time, which is really, really interesting. B-Wings are seen in Rebels. Absolutely. Hey, Dave, how you doing? Come on in. Excellent action sequence, but it was too short. The short seasons and short runtimes hurt the Star Wars shows. I do agree with that. But like I always say, I think that's a pretty good criticism. It means they're on the right track with something. So I sort of agree with you here. For some reason, I heard on the grapevine that this was going to be like a 50-minute episode, but I'm pretty sure it was like 36 minutes or something like that. But it's pretty cool. Hey Tony, how you doing? I'm in a bubble bath right now, just like Neil. The fact that we got 2 separate Neil in a bubble bath scenes is just insane. Crazy. I love it. Interesting. Yeah, fair enough. What are those missed opportunities for you, Joseph? The comments are like covering half. Maybe I should just like read the comments with just my eyes like poking out the top. It's hilarious. I need to like sit taller. I didn't like how they tricked KB's death to just let her survive. No, I was okay with that. I think that was because again, we don't know the character, like we don't know where they end up. So it's like she could have died. Like in that scene, it was genuinely like, is she dead? But the fact that we didn't see an explosion when we saw the ship go, I'm like, okay, well, she's not gonna die. So 100%. Yeah, a lot of thoughts. I need to do like at least 2 rewatches before Tomorrow Man because I think we're gonna have a lot to break down. It's gonna be cool. I don't know. I at the start of the show and even during the show, I was like, Hondo, oh my God, pirate show means we have to see Hondo. I'm actually a little bit relieved now that we have the whole story and we understand like everything that this show was trying to create. I kind of am glad that Hondo was in the show. But someone did suggest, I forget where or who, someone did suggest it would have been cool to see Hondo not even as like a player within the story, but just Hondo show up in the back of a bar, like that first sort of planet we go to with the kids, that like pirate hideout, and like Hondo's just like back there drinking or something. That would have been cool. That would have been cool. I wonder who was in the Tainted 4 ship. Maybe my theory Bail Organa and subsequent Leia being the real Republic emissary might be true. Huh. That's a good theory, because I asked that of last week, being like, okay, there's got to be some sort of contact there. Bail Organa is a good shout. That's a good shout. I like that one. Yeah, it's a good one. John's backstory was fire. Yeah, it was. It was cool. But like, it's just interesting. So it's like, so he was slightly trained as a Jedi, but then his master, like, I mean, anyone got theories of who his master could be? His master got killed. And so he's just like a bad guy now? He's just like, wants to kill everyone now? Crazy. Just a cameo for Hondo. Yeah, true. I liked it all. Could have added more X-Wing pirate battle sequence, but maybe seeing a New Republic senator getting the ship and ends there, and I wonder if we'll get a book or comic run. That would be cool, because I definitely feel like, and rightfully so, when you pitch a show, and, you know, kind of come to the end to it, is, setting up that ending that if there's enough interest of these characters, like, you can expand their stories. And I think that's what's so interesting me at keeping Jod alive, and that still being like, okay, he's on the planet, they destroyed the rest of the pirates, but what now? Remember, the fix was the kid story, not the connection to bigger stories. No cameos, no details, all the New Republic, no blatant seeds for future shows and stories, a closed story. Oh, I wouldn't say there's no seeds for future stories. I definitely think there are. What's going to happen with Jod just like being up in that tower? I think there's a lot of seeds for more stories. I think Jod's master was Dooku. No, it can't have been Dooku, because, yeah, like Debbie says, he did say she. So it was like Saj, who's a Jedi. Who's a female Jedi that we know of that didn't have a Padawan? I don't know. Yeah, I know. I remember that being like, oh, Vane's gonna be in this show. It's like, what a random character to connect this to. But I don't think it was just set in the kind of era of Mandoverse, which is post-Return. But I don't think it was ever meant to be really connected to the Mando story in any way. I really like the build up to the New Republic scene. It felt like it's the Resistance scene from The Force Awakens. It did. That's so true. Seeds, yes, more stories. These characters meant like Ahsoka or Mando or anything like that. Yeah, true. Very true. The librarian. Oh my god. Jocostanu? Jocostanu's Jod's master? I kind of like that. That's crazy, Eric. I like that. Oh, but overall, I think all the scenes, especially the dialogue scenes in this episode, was just phenomenal for me. I think I just enjoyed them so much. There was some great emotion coming, especially from Fern and Wim. The kids were like just doing such a great just expression and showing of the real fear, the real worry, the real concern that they had. I thought that was so well acted. And all the dialogue I thought was really good. And even the scene between Fern and Fern's mum, again, I want to rehash this on the rewatch, where she's like, the galaxy's bad everywhere, but it's about finding but there's always got to be good people in it. I love that, because that is quintessentially Star Wars, and that's quintessentially this show in a sentence. And that's really key for Star Wars media. That's really key for Star Wars movies and Star Wars media, that you can essentially be bundled up into a single sentence of the story and delivered saying, this is its meaning. This is like, that's very George Lucas coded, the way he's, there's some sort of message of, take the good, have that hope, have that light in you, There's always some sort of message of that. And this show had that, and that's really strong. Like that was such a strong line delivery that she gave there. And it was a really great piece of, like, you know, is it a little cheesy that, like, oh my God, there's good in the galaxy? Yes, but that's always been Star Wars. Star Wars is cheesy in a way. It's kind of like a serious cheesy. So I love that scene. I love that little phrase she says there. It was a great line. That's true. That's true. Oh, that's cool. No, I didn't notice that. That's interesting. Java coming in with a thought. I liked the ending with Jod still alive. I'm guessing they did shoot flashback scenes of his Jedi savior, maybe cut from the episode, so they can save it for a season 2 to show more of his background. I don't know. I don't think that's ever been confirmed anywhere that he did definitely film any of those scenes like that. So cannot confirm that. No, I don't think so. Dennis. Being a Jedi is overrated. Winstead is a level 7 systems administrator. I know that, again, good use of comedy. Very good use in comedy for Star Wars comedy. The way he delivered that line was really fun. It was really, really fun. Yeah, it is. Like, I don't know how else to say it. Like, it kind of is a bit kitschy and campy in that way. That's cool. It's cool. Was the Tainted 4 ship is a Corvette, I believe. Pretty sure the ship in the episode was not the Tainted 4. It was not the Tainted 4, but it was a Corvette. Yes. We'll get a season 2 with cameos. I definitely think... Again, there's a lot of characters connected to the story now at this point that could come in. Like a Leia, even like a Hera, even, you know, some of the New Republic people that we're starting to see more and more of can definitely come into the story now. If there was to be a season 2. The kids always try and find hope, while Jod was convinced greed and power ruled the universe. Yeah, that's true. That's a really great summation, Brian, of the message of this show. That, you know, Jod, he ran himself into the ground, figuratively and literally, because he believed that there was no more good in the world, in the galaxy, I should say. But the kids believed. They believed. Could Leia be on it? Sure, regardless. I don't know. I don't think it would be Leia. She wouldn't have done. Oh, maybe not. I don't know. Do hope it gets a season 2 or potentially a spin-off, so that that's set later on, closer to The Force Awakens. The benefit, but also the like ticking time bomb of this show are the kids. Is that, you know, think about the kids. They filmed this all when they were like 11, 12, 13. And then that was like 2+ years ago of filming. They already, like, if you see all the promo stuff now, the kids look so much older than they do in the show. And they'll continue to get older, you know, as they would, you know, greenlight season 2, you got to write it, and then you got to get into filming. So there's got to be like already a decent age gap in their appearance, and just, you know, like they're all going to be maybe 15, 16, 17 even. So I wouldn't mind a season 2 in the way that I think it would be naturally just like a development from those characters. It would be cool. Shocked we didn't get a post-credit scene. Star Raptor, you think so? I was hoping for the last scene to see what would happen with Jod or the money. Yeah, that was interesting, but I definitely think that is the point of reference to say, hey, renew us for a season 2 and we'll tell you more about Jod. Hey, Saber Smith, good to see you in here. But yeah, what do people think about a season 2? I hope there is a season 2, but I have no idea what they would do for a story with the kids. There needs to be a solid story for them if it's going to happen. Yeah, I think this opens up a massive thing, the way that they've like unlocked this planet. Jod's still in charge, and then now the galaxy's gonna know where this Atten is, or at least the Republic, the New Republic. So I think there's a lot of story within that the kids could definitely explore. Sadly, I doubt we see a second season. This show didn't get that much hype in community or views in general, sadly. That's true, but that doesn't often bode with what gets renewed or not. Ahsoka is 4th on the list for most viewed shows, and that got almost immediately renewed for a season 2. So take that as you will. I don't think viewership immediately correlates to renewal. Acolyte got more viewership than Andor and Ahsoka, I believe. Someone fact check me on this, but that got cancelled for a season 2. So take that as you will. I don't think viewership really directly correlates to what gets renewed. They do. Yeah. Season 2 would need a time jump for the kids. Yeah. But that, like, you can work in that. Keep the lightsaber, so wouldn't keep the lightsaber, so maybe there is a story there. That's true. If this is season 2, would you want it to be darker? I did like the past 2 episodes, the darkness it did actually start to venture into. That was really cool. That was really cool. So would it be darker? Yeah, I think I would say the same darkness as these past 2 episodes. That's what I would say. Exactly. What got renewed as Star Wars shows and viewership have nothing to do with each other in Star Wars. It really doesn't. The 2 most viewed shows, apart from Mando, like Boba and Kenobi after that were like super high viewership. They didn't get renewed. So it's all relative. The list of viewership and list of what's renewed season 2 has pretty much barely anything to do with each other. There's a lot of room for redemption. Still, Joseph, what's the doom and gloom look at Star Wars? The season is launching point for these kids and for John. That's true. Kids have gone into career training jobs, but then Kim reaches out to them and they up for some more adventure. Yeah, it's true. It could kind of be like how Rebels and Bad Batch got darker throughout the seasons. Yeah. Sims coming in. Excellent finale. Love the whole season. Very good report. Darker but still fun and hope. But yeah, it's like the past 2 episodes. Like I said, it's, you need like those bad characters and that kind of intensity to show the hope of it. But let's get a poll going in here, shall we? Let's get a poll going to see what is the general consensus of what people thought of the finale. And how does it vote against other finales? That's my question. There we go. What do you rate this episode? Up in the chat right now. Let me know. Put in your thoughts. I agree with the viewership thing, and with Skeleton Crew, it's almost its own start and end story in a way. Depends if the writers have something for season 2 or they turn up in other stuff. Yeah, I think Jon Watts has already come out and said he's got ideas for season 2. He definitely has thoughts for season 2. So there you go. 9 out of 10. Put it in the poll, my friend. Put it in the poll. But that is a high rating. Yes, I think this show would be great for books or comics. You could get into more of the everyday life of the kids with stories about them at school or small adventures on the planet. That's true, and especially this show trying to bring in the general younger audience for Star Wars, like not even like a young adults, those kind of smaller, not chapter books, but they're like the young adults book where they're kind of just smaller, more concise stories. Bring in a line of books like that for Skelly Crew. That'd be cool. That'd be very cool. Let's check out this poll. What are people thinking? Maybe I'm just on my own island here thinking this is a 9 out of 10 for me. Oh, wow. 64% of you in the chat right now agreeing with me with a 9 to 10 out of 10, and 32% coming in real close with 7 to 8 out of 10, and 5% of you not liking it that much by giving it a 5 or 6 out of 10. That again, for a finale, those are high rankings. That's a decent call for fans. I feel like this show would make George proud. I think so too, Sabersmith. That's a really great concept and question to be asked. And I think that is the answer. I think George would be proud of this show. I think George really honed in his storytelling of the message. And this show has that. Again, like I said just before, that line or sort of dialogue that Fern has with her mum about the whole galaxy's bad, but there's good people in it. That just is the perfect summation of even George's outlook on storytelling, of what sort of message we should be promoting. That's a really good take. I like that. George would like it. finale was amazing. I forget about the Mando 3 finale. Thatcher agreeing. This show embodies a lot of the appeal of Star Wars. That is very true. That is very true. Especially in the legacy of Clone Wars and Rebels. The show had this one, the original trilogy. Rossi coming in, sliding right in with $1.50. Dude, thank you so much, Rossi. Appreciate you. I love you, buddy. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. But yeah, that's a really interesting thought. Would George have liked this show? I really do think he would. This and Ahsoka, I feel like are right up George's alley. Patrick coming in, talking about saying, love so many aspects of this show, but outside of the episode 1, I felt cheated when each episode ended. Can't put my finger on it. Episodes need to be longer. Bad Batch felt refined in comparison. This show, I felt like it could have either been a lot shorter or a lot longer. Like, I feel like we should have had 6 episodes, 1 hour long each. Or like a 22 episode show, like full Clone Wars-esque, you know what I mean? Full Rebels. I don't know. There was those few episodes in the middle. I'm like, that could have been 1 episode. This would have been better as a 3 or 4 part miniseries. Yeah, each 6 episodes, 1 hour each. That would be my pitch for this show if I had to just reshake it a little bit. Some episodes were too short. Only downside. That's a good point. Let's check back in with that poll. Get your thoughts in. I want to know what you're thinking. Let me refresh it. We've got almost 30 votes in now, with 59% of you in here right now saying this was a 9 or 10 out of 10. Again, that is such a high rating for a show finale. I love it. And 31% of you saying it's 7 to 8, 10% saying 5 to 6. No one's saying 5 or less now, which is very good. That is good looking. Crislin? Hello from Brazil. Hello right back at you. Hello from Australia. Would have liked it a little more as well. What I love about Skeleton Crew, it brought us all of us together. Yeah, you could say that. You could say that, Nathan. I agree. There was still some really standout moments from the episode, which I'll go over after I read Mad P's comment. I was disappointed we still don't have an idea who Jod is, why the original pirate left At-Aten alone, why he destroyed the other planets, how the ship crashed, etc. Too many questions. I think. I don't know. I don't think they were important questions. Are they good questions? Yeah, probably. But I don't think they were important. I don't think they're important, to be honest. I feel like we got Jod's backstory. Did we see Jod's backstory? No. Did we get to find out about it? Yes. But I think a lot of people were anticipating to see Jod's, a flashback of Jod, I believe. $2 dues coming in from Rossi again. Tony fell asleep watching because he's a cat lover. What does that even mean? Did he actually? Tony, where are you? You still in here? Come back, Tony. Did you actually fall asleep? That's really funny. Thatcher. All of our problems with Skeleton Crew are only problems if they don't take the opportunity to expand it in the future. More Jod, more pirates, and more from the kids in High Republic connections. Yeah, who's saying this? William in the chat saying, will the First Order take At-Aten? Well, one of my theories early on in the show was that it's run by something to do with the First Order. So I would love to see, whether it's expanded in books, comics, or in season 2, a connection to At-Aten to First Order. Because I think this is would be a great explanation, being this is how the First Order got their wealth. It's taken over, the wrong people get a hold of At-Aten and find out about it. And that's how they fund the First Order. I think that would have been cool. I want to understand Star Wars. Should have done this show a long time ago. Yeah, 100%. 100%. How crash will be Knight's Order of Neil. Tony's in his bath with Neil. That's hilarious. I love it. But yeah, again, some of the highlights for me in this episode was really the visuals. I just found the visuals just so amazing. And I felt like they balanced the kids' characters really well. Like Fern and Wim being together made sense. KB taking head of, trying to get the ship out and doing all that. And then Neil, like, trying to, like, be courageous and be like, I'll give you cover. And he goes, like, finds that cannon. Like, the way he does all that, like, I felt like it balanced all the kids' characters in this balanced so well. It's really, really cool. Do you think we might get a mention of At-Aten and other planets in the High Republic era books? Maybe. Maybe. There's still a few more books to come out. Maybe. Yeah, maybe. There's a lot of money. Like, it's a lot of money on that planet. That's just sitting there now. It's pretty crazy. Jalen coming in saying it was a really fun show. Would love to see a season 2. I agree. Let's check the poll one last time. 35 votes in the chat. Over 50% of you. There's 54% of you saying it's a 9 out of 10 show. 37% saying 7 or 8 out of 10. 9% saying 5 or 6 out of 10. We're going to end that poll right now because the next poll's going to be up. And I want to know. Start poll. Here we go. Do you want a season 2? So do you think there will be? We're not going to get analytical and like, oh, the money of the viewership, when can they make it? Not will they, but do you want one? Do you want one? Season 2, a continuation of this show. It's all wonderful and deep characters, really well. Really, everyone in the show are balanced so well. I like that, yeah. So, yeah, I love how SM33 came back. That was awesome. I like that. And like the way he's holding his own head, I'm like, that's so good. That's so comical Star Wars. I love it. The art was really cool. I don't know why they didn't. I feel like they didn't do that on every episode's credits, right? Like they just did that for the finale, but that was really cool. I love that. I love that. Let's maybe have they funded a lot of stuff for the First Order, that they let the New Republic have to build it for them like they did in Ahsoka with the hyperdrive thing. Yeah, exactly. I definitely think like if that's a storyline that connects, I think that'll be super smart. I'd love that. I'd absolutely love that. It's so well done how they developed and grew the kids and the relationships. High marks for the showrunners. That's good report there from Jason Thedora coming in saying, if the Old Republic credits leave at Aten, they become worthless and be homogenized with the currency, if that makes sense. Well, yes, but if you like, even though there's like a lot of credits on Aten, between like the whole galaxy, they would still be rare and hard to find and hard sought after. So I think, I think it would still be a rarity. Like they would still be of high value. Yeah, nice. That'd be cool. I feel there could have been more. Yeah, I really love this. I really, really love the music of this show, actually. Really, really loved it. Let's check in with the poll. An intense yes or no. Do you want season 2? 87% of you with 31 votes coming in saying yes, you do, with that 13 saying not for me. You don't want a second one. You don't want a second one. Only if the credits leave, they are such rare pieces of currency. Yeah. True. There was that rumor, Bailey, that perhaps some of, or a few of, the characters from this show could show up in the Mando movie, which I don't know really who could show up. Like maybe Jod, seeing as he's still alive and he's like still a bad guy. Or maybe, you know what? Who could be a good shout? Kim, the owl lady, the owl woman that like helped. She could, I could see like Mando going to for information and help. I could see that happening. Yes, you get it. Side actors were phenomenal. Production was top-notch. I hope they blow us away with season 2, hopefully. I think kids shows these days have learned from Netflix and Stranger Things on how not to force or rely on trying to keep the kids the same age every season. Hopefully, yeah, that's true. They'll be a lot older if they make a season 2. Let's check in with that poll again. 37 votes now. Still with a strong 86 saying yes. That is a great report. It's a great report for the show. It's a good question. It's a big question, but I definitely think Kim If anyone was to show up in the Mando movie, it would be Kim. 100%. Put your video on out loud before I connected to my AirPods and my dog would run because of you. I love that. What's your dog's name? I'll like call out to him and make him extra confused. Oh, that's awesome. You could see Wim become a pilot from the New Republic, and they come together for season 2, which is years later, and see Yoda escape from prison. The kids team up to take him down. Yeah, okay. Here's a pitch for you. Season 2 is like 10 years after, or maybe like 6, 7, 8 years after season 1. And I'm going with you here, Boycon, because I think we did have that great scene of Wim looking up at the Corvette and the X-Wings and being like, oh my God. I think that'll be a really great storyline to go down, that he trains to be a pilot and kind of turn it into whatever the Rogue Squadron movie was going to be. I don't know anything about that storyline of what that could have been, but almost turn it into that, or maybe a show where it's Wim, who's like at this point like 16, 17, training to be an X-Wing pilot for the New Republic. That would be a cool season 2. I would like that. Yeah, 100%. That'd be cool. That'd be cool. Yes! I agree, Mikey. It was very high intensity. I loved it. I loved it too. The most entertaining episodes of Star Wars, period. That's a big statement, and I'm behind it all the way. Yeah, John pretty much confirmed that they will take character ages into account. Yes, that's a good point. As they should. Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, Wim like just training to be New Republic, and then they still have things to do with that Atom though, because they got to figure out what to do with the planet now that everyone knows about it. They're gonna figure it out. Yeah, I can't wait to upload my reaction and even just edit through my reaction, because I feel like there was a lot of moments that I was just kind of beaming, being like, oh, this is really cool. This is really, really cool. There was definitely that sort of high hope feeling to it. All right, get your votes in for the question. Do you want a season 2? 88% of you currently sitting on a yes. 12% saying not for me. Get your votes in. I'm about to end it in a real quick minute. So what would the rest of the kids be doing? I think you would kind of flick back to, like, maybe you would be seeing Wim training in the New Republic, and then he goes back to Atom for something, and then there's some sort of danger there in that way. Yeah. Wow, there you go. There you go. I don't think so. He kept the lightsaber, but I hope not. I hope he just becomes like a cool guy, you know what I mean? Just a cool, courageous person. I don't think he should be a Jedi. Yeah, I think maybe John, maybe he escapes or something. That'd be funny. But if you want to keep this Skeleton Crew conversation going, make sure you are back here tomorrow night, 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern, for Cut to the Sith Side. We'll be getting down to the nitty-gritty of every scene and character moment from this finale. That and more in the show with Tony and Kai. It's always a great time. So I'll be seeing you tomorrow night for even more juiciness. So make sure you go and have a rewatch of the episode so you can catch all the little Easter eggs and little things that we'll mention in the show. But I love jumping on here right now with you all just to get our initial feelings off our chest and get it all out. I really appreciate you being here. Make sure you check down in the description for that link to my merch if you want to support me here at the Race Side, or even just click that like that supports me just as much as well. So the discussion of Skelly Crew finale doesn't stop here. Make sure you're back here tomorrow night. I'll see you then. Thanks so much for being part of the Race Side, and I can't wait to talk to you tomorrow. Make sure you're always choosing the Race Side.